Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I have learned a bit more about Python and I want to share this with you. And it's very special because now we're getting to, I want to say very technical because, of course, we're not going to get to ultra precise coding, but we have, and now I learned a very important piece of code. And it will allow me to modulate code. Basically, imagine code and you need to update it. Usually, unless the server is dead, you need to always keep updating anything you want to update or it will become irrelevant, especially in technology. Technology grows too fast, and so it needs a way of having modules. I mean, you don't want to rewrite all the code every time a month passes, because basically an update is not exactly rewriting, but you would need to rewrite if it wasn't modulated. And when I mean modulated, is making basically Lego pieces. And so imagine your entire server, entire program you're using like Legos. I don't have Legos here. So imagine like pieces of Legos. So you connect them. So for example, oh, here is all my variables and everything, all information I will store and how I will store it. And here is, I don't know, here's the defining of what you will do with that information. Imagine this all like pieces. And in a normal code, it wouldn't be a piece. It would be just a giant block, which you would need to edit every time you wanted to update it. But you could make modular or make it in different, very different mini size pieces or just pieces in general. So when you need to update it, you just take that part. So let me show you. Basically, what I mean is making everything modular. And so we start doing that. So my first module here is defining things. Here I'm defining a lot of things. As you can see, I define a lot of things here as what will be my responses and what I will do with those responses. So I have here, I can even read for you. I'm going to define that field inventory with the list. I'm defining this. The field inventory is this basically. The so-called is defined as preencher inventário, or in English, field inventory, at least. And basically, you just do that. I just define things. So here I define that while my response is S, it will ask for me my information here. It's exactly what happened, and you add this information to the list. Here, for example, it's defining that if defining that the element every time the exhibit inventário is played out, it will make this. It will print everything I want to know about what I want to see. For example, here's basically the search. Here's exhibit everything. Here's the search. Here's a depreciate per name, depreciate delete per serial, and resume values, which is the most expensive, most cheapest, and the total that you spend in something. It's basically the same code I had in the last time. So if you remember last time, you can also visit my video if you don't. In the end of this video, we'll have the little cards. You can see the rest of the playlist. But basically, in last time, I made the code and I explained in much more detail. I'm gonna explain because it is literally the same thing, or almost the same thing. And what happens is that I made this everything here into a defining module. In a module. So I'm defining a lot of things here, and I will use those things in the main module. So where my code will be. So I'm exporting from. I take the directory. I think where here. Yes, I'm taking exactly this and I'm importing to this. So everything I defined here is now here basically. So if you can see, I shortened the code a lot. So you can see here, field inventory, for example, is just that. That's the pre-insert inventory, which is field inventory. Just this code is all of this. This will help a lot to shorten the code. You can see this is 8 lines long, and you can see this is 1 line long. So I'm just shortening the code and making just much easier. So basically, every time I want to define field inventory as a different function, I call here and then I define it. And here it will play out the same. It's also very good if you want to use this code a lot, because you could use this code repeatedly here. So if you need to change something, so you need to change, for example, depreciating value, you need it to be, instead of 10%, 5%, just 5%. In a normal code, you will need to repeat the process again and again. So if you have, like, for example, 5 different things, and you only 5 different codes for them, you will need manually to change one by one. But if you have a main module, you just change the module, and it will change for absolutely all depreciating values in the code or in different codes. So it's extremely good, really. I would say maybe it's not necessary, but if you want to shoot yourself in the foot, is one way of doing this is not making everything modular. So if I run this code, which is 19 lines long, it will play a similar function, actually basically the same, from this 47 line code, and I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to run it. You can't see, but I double clicked it. So run main code. So it was the same thing. Equipment A, value 1, 1A. I'm going to place 3 here. So B, 2, 2, B, C, 3, 3, C, and let's now play. It will print here everything that I have from A to C. Now with what I wish to search, A. It will give me information on A. Oh, I forgot here to place the here double here. Wait a second. So it gives me the value and the serial, and now it's warning me that I now alternating. Not alternating. Sorry, it's changing the name now. Oh, changing something from somewhere. So name of equipment I want is B, which is now a little bit more. Then I think now it's 20% instead of 10%. So yeah. So I now depreciated this. Now the serial which I want to be deleted, 3. And you can see that it didn't work. Well, it's okay, just to redefine here. You see, I can just redefine here. So for example, let's go here, move. Yeah, it seems alright to me. Oh, here it's one portion of 100. You can see I can change, for example, here I forgot to add this, so I just add this, and here I'm moving elements. I'm not sure why, but well, in the next video I will definitely find out why. So tomorrow, it's not tomorrow since tomorrow is Sunday, so you won't have, so there won't be video, but well, that's a cliffhanger for you now. Monday I will be posting why it didn't work, so I'm gonna find this in, probably today I'm gonna find it, but that's a little reveal of what I learned. So yeah, moduling code is probably the best thing you could do, really. If you don't do it, we just will make your day much worse, because you need to revise out code. Imagine writing 1,000 lines of code, and for example they are kind of similar, repetitive, and you missed one thing, and you didn't modulate it, and you didn't define something, you need to manually do exactly 1,000 lines, unless you're very bad at programming or just pasted from somewhere and didn't work. But you need to revise at least 1,000 lines of code. So yeah, not a fun time. So that's it for today. Hope you liked it, and if you liked it, of course, like and subscribe. It helps a ton and shows that you're liking the video. And if you like to see the course, it's in the description. Though it's in Portuguese, so remember that. If you don't know Portuguese, just stick to my videos, because I will be posting basically the whole course basically by my interpretation of it in this course. So it's a little serious. So yeah, and also I think today or maybe tomorrow. So yeah, Sunday or maybe today Friday, I will have a big announcement to do. So you can follow this also. But that's it. Peace. You know, have a nice day. Bye.